So, how do trainers and coaches achieve high performance in a new post-pandemic society? Well, this is Arthur Karmazi, best-selling author and currently ranked as the world's #1 thought leader in organizational culture, ready to give you some cool ideas. Idea number one. First of all, you gotta admit that, there's a lot of people that just don't like getting into traffic and they'd rather stay at home. Unfortunately, it seems though that group play, that means that people having fun together, and interaction, well, which means that they talk and have fun and do stuff like that, actually is 71% more effective at problem solving than, well, basically trying to solve problems by yourself or doing a Zoom meeting. So what are you gonna do about it? Well, of course, you gotta get people together. But what if you can't? What if people are still kind of in the hybrid situation? Well, number one, key factor is play together. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean they're playing games or anything like that, but it means that they have fun together, just kind of messing around and things like this, which means what if we could come up with some scenarios and get them to kind of think about these scenarios related to a work problem. Now, how do you do that and how do you make it fun? Well, first of all, let's look at the concept of theming. Okay, so there's a lot of really important work problems, and all of these problems are very serious, but does solving the problem have to be serious? Does the process actually have to be serious? Well, apparently, according to studies, it's actually more effective if it's not that serious, right? So what we want to do is theme it. That means you take a real problem that is something that is serious and important, and you turn it into some kind of like a theme. Let's say, for example, you've got a supervillain, and the supervillain basically is related to something related to your problem, and that supervillain has got whatever it is that's creating these problems and everything else. And then, you have a team of superheroes, basically your team, and they have to come up with new ideas of using their superpowers or creating technology to solve these problems, whether it be customer interfaces or whether it be actual technical problems or quality problems or whatever it is, and they have to come up with new ways to do it. And then you can use things like picture association. In directive communication psychology, we have what we call the CVC cards, colored brain communication cards, and they're basically pictures, images, and if you've been in the root cause masterclass series, you've probably, you've heard about how we use these to really elicit new innovations and creativity and things like that. So by using picture associations based on specific chosen images, people are able to come up with very unique solutions and concepts that they never would have thought of by just asking a question. So if you just apply this one thing, making it fun, using a theme to solve a real world problem, well, now you've got even people that are offline and online kind of connecting and communicating and thinking of new ways to, well, essentially overcome the villain as superheroes that they are. And, well, that makes it a lot more fun than let's just solve the quality problem or whatever. Maybe, we've got something else. And remember that each of these problems may not necessarily be the root cause. You may have something that is a little bit more deep that is causing some of these problems. And if you can take some of your focus, put it in there, and of course use some of the directive communication psychology elements that we have discussed in the masterclass, where it'll help you to literally change the group dynamics in a team, in an organization, by simply modifying small behaviors, just one or two small behaviors in a group that affects the entire group. And of course, you need to know DC psychology in order to know which are the things to move, right? So you do that, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on DC psychology all over the internet. And of course, if you haven't seen the masterclass, that's cool. And of course, if you want to become a directive communications certified consultant and coach trainer, that's also possible. Just let us know. And of course, this is Arthur Carmazzi, no matter what, wishing you great success.